Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I am Coach Sherry, and this episode is about what to look for in a career coach. Especially these faceless lives, I'm thinking they remind me of just a straight podcast. So I'm starting to share or save these lives into my podcast tab because, as you know, YouTube has a podcast option now. So you can do a pre recorded video, a short, a live, as well as a podcast. So I'm starting to put these into a podcast folder as well as keeping them in my live folder. So I hope that you're enjoying all of these 43 days worth of lives. I hope you had a great Monday and had a great Monday on purpose. Being very intentional of how you want your day to be can definitely help it to shape out and form into what you need it to be. If you go into each day with nothing in mind, you have no clue of how you want it to be, let me tell you, you really are shooting in the dark and you're selling yourself short from being able to somewhat craft how you want your day to turn out. Now, of course, we don't have any control really when it comes to it, but putting it out there in the atmosphere, what they say, from your mouth to God's ears, you just never know. I think you'll find more great days than not. So, from what you can see on this title, what to look for in a career coach. Many people wonder, and sometimes I think some people believe that a career coach is not a real thing. They may say it in a joking way, like, oh, if I had a career coach, almost like that would be something that's like a fairy tale, then maybe I would have a better career or be doing something that I love. And when I hear someone say something to that effect, I always, raise my hand and I'm telling them I'm a career coach, and then they start to ask me more questions and I'm finding that people are very curious about what it is that a career coach actually does. And there's all different types of coaches, you have your business coach, you can have your marketing coach, your life coach, your career coach, you can have an executive coach. There's all different types of coaches. So, wherever you are in your life, whatever you're trying to do, definitely consider all the different types of coaches that there are out there. And a coach is different than a therapist. Therapists, they are there, they're listening to you. Some of them will provide you with strategies on how to overcome your challenge, but really, they want you to come up with some of the solutions. They may ask some questions that make you think a little deeper or think again about your situation and try to help you understand the root cause of it. But with a coach, they're really giving you a game plan. You know, just think about a sport, and the coaches in a sport, they know what the end result needs to be, which is to win, have a winning season, have win that next game. They know they want to develop you as a player so that whatever your position is, you will be the best at it. And they give you drills to do so that you can practice them on a daily basis. They give you plays, a blueprint of where you need to be on the court and how you need to perform in that area. Now, it's not to say that you can't have some, be individual while you are on the court or in the field or in the game. But, a career coach, just like a regular coach, they give you that flexibility to be who you truly want to be, but they're just giving you those strategies to make you even that much better. Now, I started out as a marketing coach, and it was really interesting. It was a long time ago, and people would in business that were either going to start a business or who had a business, some people had nonprofits, and they would always come to me and ask for advice. I remember in New Orleans, and I always had my own business no matter where we were. And a few wives one time had asked me about the type of business that I had at the time. And when I shared it with them, they were very interested in starting their own business too. And so I helped them start their business. And from that moment on, people would always ask me about how to start a business, what should they do with their marketing, what did I think would be the best move for them, just different questions. And one day my husband just said, when you give them that kind of advice, that's a business, right? You're more like a coach for them. You should look into that. And so I did. And I became a marketing coach. But what I realized in doing that and helping people elevate their business, start their business, what have you, is that a lot of times they were getting in their own way. People would start and they would have success, they would be excited, and then next thing I know, they would be out of business, or they would just say, "Oh, I can't do this anymore." Just excuses would come out. And so I realized that in order to help people get out of their way, I needed to incorporate life coaching. And that's when I stumbled upon EQ at work, which is emotional intelligence. And I did the training, it was extensive training to get into that program. And, I started to utilize a lot of those strategies in the marketing coaching portion of what I was doing. And it really helped people to get over those hurdles and over those barriers that were keeping them from achieving the success that they knew they wanted to have. And then I found another great program, and this was when I was caring for my mother, and it was specific to women. And I mean, there were some men in there as well. That's the one thing. You can have a target audience. You can say you only want to do a certain age group. But if someone else with that's not in that group, if they want to participate or utilize your services, don't ever close the door, because you just never know. It may be the opportunity for you to evolve your business to be more inclusive of people outside of that age range or outside of that demographic. So even though that particular coaching was specific to women, it was open to men as well. And there were a few men that, joined in. And that was really great deep dive live coaching, dealing with abundance intelligence. And then, moving forward, going more into workforce development, going more into career coaching with resume writing, interview preparation, helping people filter the best career move for them, doing assessments, just a lot of different things that all you put it in a box and it all makes it all makes sense. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And I absolutely love coaching, especially career coaching, because yes, everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people want to have their own business. And even when I'm doing career coaching, I always encourage people to have multiple streams of income. So get that career going. Maybe the career is what's going to pay for your benefits, because I'm telling you, paying for your business benefits as an entrepreneur is something different. Ooh wee. It is very expensive. And if you can find a great career that can also have good benefits, then that's a win-win, and you can do your business as another stream. But career coaching, a lot of people never think that is something that they can utilize. They may have been in a career for 20, 30 years, but they're still young and they want to do what they love to do and not what they have to do, but they just don't know what that is. And so when they come to career coaching, I know for me, I'm able to help them filtered through options, things that are more aligned with their interests, with their experience, with their training, with their education. And it really is a benefit. So I wanted to just go into what to look for in a career coach. Now, mind you, even though I've been coaching for well over 25 years, I even have an executive coach, and that's someone that I meet with, and she helps me really comb through some weeds that I may have, things that I'm having a challenge with. It could be people, places, or things, it can be situations. And she gives me some really strong action steps to take that I need to have accomplished by our next sessions. And I am very intentional whenever I do anything, especially if it's a cost associated with it. And I have been following her game plan, and I promise you, things have really been escalating, even for me in my professional life. So, whoever you have as a coach, listen to what they're saying, implement those strategies that they are sharing with you, that they're going over with you, because they really are have your best interest. And if it's a good coach, they're not doing a cookie cutter. They're doing customized work with you that absolutely will be specific to your needs, to where you are right now your in your career or in your business. Now, I know I have done quite a few group coaching sessions, which are really great because everyone is very supportive. Now, the only difference with the group coaching is you can't always hammer down with what each individual needs. So it's more of a blanket kind of situation, almost like how it is with a live session where you're sharing information, people are able to communicate with you, you're able to give feedback for each person individually at times, but you really are giving an overview of information. But it's when you have those one-on-one sessions that you're able to get that customized support that many people need to elevate their career. Now, a great career coach possesses a combination of essential skills and qualities that enable them to effectively guide clients through their professional journeys. And here are some really key attributes that helps to understand what a great career coach possess. Now, if you are searching for a career coach, they should be able to give you a initial session for about 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, it just depends, that is of no charge, because you have to see if it's a great fit before you invest. And they have to see if you will be a great fit. Some people don't want to change, but they just want to talk about the problem and go around in a circle. And once they exhaust their circle of friends and family, then they start to look elsewhere, and a lot of times they'll come to a coach. But that's not what a coach is there for. They're not there to keep you in that circle. They're not there to just be a soundboard for you to complain about, to throw balls up at. No, they are there to help you by helping you strategize, keeping you on track, and keeping you motivated and focused. All right. So, here are some key attributes that a great career coach will have. They'll have empathy and interpersonal skills. And these types of skills allows them to connect with each client on a personal level, fostering trust and open communication. I'm going to tell you, trust is so huge. They need to know that it is a safe space. They need to know that whatever they say as a client, that it's true for them and there's no judgment. So a good career coach would have that type of empathy to know that whatever you're telling them is true for you, and they need to help you through that. It's your experience, it's how you receive whatever the information or however you receive the treatment, and they need to help you through that. All right. And the interpersonal is important too, because if they're not a communicator, if they don't know how to effectively communicate, actively listen, and instead of just trying to play jump double dutch, where you're talking and they're just trying to jump in and give you their idea, that's not really a good coach. They need to listen to what you're saying, process it. They need to be able to connect with you on that personal level, no matter where you're from in the world, no matter what your demographics are, no matter what your experiences have been. The next is a great, or what you should look for in a career coach, is they need to have experience and knowledge. Now, a coach should have a solid understanding of various industries and job markets, as well as personal experience in career transitions or challenges. It's one of those, you want young people to have an opportunity, absolutely, but a lot of young people may not have had a lot of experience and knowledge where they can give you a robust, deep, rigorous examples or suggestions to help you through. If they're only in one industry, say if they just know the medical field or they just know banking, if they don't know the careers that are within those industries, even if it is the medical field, there's a lot of different types of occupations, different types of positions. But if maybe they're just focused on nursing and that's it, but you need someone that understands nonprofits, or you need someone who understands cybersecurity, that person, they'll be able to help you through. But you really want someone that has a strong foundation on a lot of different industries and job markets. You want them to be fully aware. They need to really be professional with their craft. And that's why having memberships and associations, I'm a member of the National Career Development Association, National Workforce Development Professionals Association. Having those types of associations gives you access to articles, to industry information in varieties of of industries, trends that are happening, statistics, data, things that you can say, you may want to pivot into this other area because that particular field is not going to grow in the future. There's different types of assessments, there's different types of sites that you can do research on. And as a career coach or any type of coach, you should have access to those sites where you can definitely help people make better decisions that are not going to be one and done, or decisions that are not going to fulfill them for years to come. The next is to have strong coaching skills, and this includes active listening, the ability to motivate and encourage, and providing practical tools for career advancement. And I had mentioned about active listening before. It's so important to be an active listener. That's when when you speak to them, you are talking because you heard what they said. It's nothing like talking to a coach or even a therapist or a counselor, and then they talk to you, but what they're saying, it it, it has nothing to do with how you're feeling or what you just said, because they really weren't listening to you. They were distracted, or they just don't have the experience to give you that deeper knowledge, that deeper support that you really need. The ability to motivate and encourage, that's important with any coach, especially with career, but even with sports. And I started out as a sports coach. I coached basketball for many, many years, and so that's one of the first places that I learned that I love seeing the growth of a person, be it on the court, on the field, or in the boardroom. I absolutely love to see a person start from the bottom, and they rise up, they go up through the ranks. They start off at the beginning of the season sitting on the bench, novice to the sport, novice to the industry. And then at the end of the season, they're a starter. They're one of the go to people. They have heart. I always look for the heart of a person and how much they want to do what they're doing. If they don't have that heart, then they may not be in the right space. Some people, they may love the money, but the money is not the only driving factor. If you don't have the heart to do it, it will show. So you want to be able to motivate and encourage and provide practical tools for career advancement. You don't want to send them to one of the Department of Labor sites that has so many twists and turns to it and they can't even navigate it. If you are truly their coach, you should be walking them through that process, but finding the shortcuts that's more reasonable for where they're at. They don't need all that extra stuff. That's for your understanding. Just giving them what they need to move forward is the best advice. The next would be, and this is what to look for in a career coach, and that's networking abilities. And networking abilities, meaning building connections within and outside their industry, because this helps coaches to offer more opportunities and insights for clients. So I know for me, when I'm networking, I'm always thinking about other people. A coach typically is a connector of people, places, and things, keeping your ear to the ground. And that's why when you have a strong client base, periodically they'll reach out to you asking questions about certain things that they may have read, because now you're making them more curious. They're starting to be more observant and are seeing things that they are attracted to. Because once you kind of comb through the things that they are best aligned with, things that they will find interesting, it's amazing how when you realize what you want, how you see it more often. It's almost like when you go looking for a new car and you see the car that you want. You may be on the fence about it or not quite ready to make that purchase. And when you leave the car lot and you start driving, maybe the next couple of days, it seems like every place you go, every parking lot, every highway you drive down, you see that particular car. And that's what it is. You are attracted to it, you were made aware of it, you know the ins and outs of it, and so now you're seeing it with greater frequency. And that's how it is with career coaching. When you are coached and you realize the career that you want to make, the career move you want to make, you will start seeing those opportunities come up all the time. And you should have a career coach that's well connected, not just in your industry, but just across the board. And so that's when you have those sessions and you say, you know what, I'm really interested in this. Do you know anyone that's doing this type of work, or anyone in this industry, or someone that you could connect me with? Because again, your career coach should be a connector of people, places, and things. They should be able to set you up with an interview, and not a job interview per se, but I call them exploration interviews, where you can sit down with those professionals in those careers that you're interested in and learn more about them. And a career coach should have those types of connections to be able to connect you that in that way. The next thing is a career coach. Now, this is something really important for any type of coach. They should have strong coaching skills. And this includes, again, active listening. That's going to come up a lot. The ability to motivate and encourage and provide. Oh, you know what? I said that one already. That's why it's coming up a lot. My bad. All right. The next is business acumen. So, especially for those running their own coaching practices, skills in marketing, administration, and client management are crucial. So, definitely, as the coach, you should be able to market what you're doing well. You should be able to run your practice like a business, not like a hobby, and have a good client management system. Where are you capturing their notes? Are you able to get to their notes in a quick manner? Or are you just filing through lots of documents trying to find their information? You should definitely have a system set up, because it is a business. And the next is being results oriented, having a results oriented approach. A great coach not only supports clients, but also drives them towards achieving specific career milestones. So it's about getting those promotions, it's about pivoting into a new industry, but maybe within the same occupation. It's about getting additional responsibilities so that you are stacking your skills and your abilities and learning something all the time. And, you want to have those types of results. You don't want to have a coach that doesn't keep you out of still water. You want a coach that helps encourage you through running water, through water that's giving you life, giving your career life, that is, sharing with you how you can pivot in so many different ways, taking that initiative, a coach that encourages you to take initiative, to be the one that steps up. And also helping you to capture all the great things that you've done, quantifying all the things that you've done, capturing it so that when you have to speak about it, it's on the top of your mind and you don't forget that. You're not just crossing things off of your to do list, you're creating that done list so that you can also see the value that you bring, because you're looking back and saying, wow, I've done so much. And that's part of being that results oriented approach. The results are, you see your value, you know what you're bringing to the table, you deserve a seat at that table, and that you are that true professional that you're setting out to be. So ultimately, a great coach, career coach, is someone who acts as a partner in the client's professional development, offering both support and actionable advice to help them achieve their career goals. Those are some great tips on what to look for in a career coach. And now you might say, okay, that's understanding what to look for, but what are some of the benefits? What are some of the real benefits, Coach Sherry, of having a career coach? And that could be recognition of your value, which is what I was saying before about the results oriented, because a career coach helps you assess your skills and knowledge, determining your value in the marketplace, which is crucial for salary negotiations. And I know Slasher Chick is in the building, and one of the great things that she laces and incorporates into her videos and into her lives are negotiations. Talking about how to negotiate for yourself, negotiate your salary, negotiate your proposition. There's so many things in life on a daily basis, when you think about it, that we have to negotiate. But if you don't know your true value, and I'm not just talking about that value that's written on the paper, that value of what you're supposed to do or who you're supposed to be, I'm talking about your actual value, things that you have done, your proven track record. How much integrity you have, how much stick to itness do you have, what are your results? When you have all that written out, that goes into your value, and that absolutely helps with your negotiation. Career planning. They assist in planning your career trajectory, helping you envision and prepare for future roles. You may not think you have a career path. A lot of times people think, well, I've hit the ceiling. I can't go any further. I don't know what to do from here. I feel stuck. Well, listen, we are coming into the age of technology. I mean, we are already in it. We've been in it for decades now, but we're going into a new phase of technology. And your position, it's going to evolve. And how is it going to evolve with technology? How are you upskilling and reskilling yourself, preparing for that evolution that's happening? By 2030, there's going to be so much new types of technology that's going to be taking over different occupations. And even with that takeover, there's still going to be a need for people that can do or utilize that technology. So the best thing to do is to go back and get upskilled and reskilled and plan out what your career path will be. Maybe you're not in the right industry for what you do. What you do is done in so many other different types of industries. So figure out, maybe it's the industry that's not the right fit, and maybe pivoting to another, your career path will be able to continue to grow upward. The next is accountability. Coaches set goals and tasks, keeping you accountable and ensuring you stay on track with your job search. And it could be your job search or just things that you have going on in your career. I know for me, with my executive coach, she helps me set up goals and tasks, and I write them down. I don't try to keep them to memory, I put them in an organized manner. I don't just scribble, scrabble them on a piece of paper, and I take it very seriously, the things that she says says and make sure that I am taking those steps to do that. And so, even if it is to keep you on track with your job search, it's about finding the right job that's the right fit for you. I remember when I first was an adjunct at a community college in Virginia, and I was teaching on workforce development for the community as well as for some of the courses that were completing soon, and the students were mandated to take my course. And, especially with the community that were unemployed or underemployed. And, the first thing they would say to me was, you know, I just want a job, any job. That's all. I just want to make some money. I just want a job, any job. And I would always respond to them, if you just want a job, any job, that's what you'll find, a job, any job. And if you want a career, you'll find something that you enjoy, that's sustainable, and that will support you beyond a job, any job. I always equated a job, any job to a person looking for just wanting to be in a relationship. I want a man, any man. I want a woman, any woman. I just want to be in a relationship. I just want anybody to love me. I just want something of my own. I just want to be with someone. Well, that's what you get. And then that's why you will break up soon thereafter. Because when you start to peel back the layers, you realize this is not a good fit. This person is not the one I thought, or our personalities clash. And that's how a job, any job is. I don't really like doing this kind of work. This kind of work does not fulfill me. I don't feel like my skills are being utilized to the fullest in this role. I don't, you start to realize that this job, any job, is not a good fit. But when you take account and you set goals and you have these tasks and you realizing who you are in the search, because you have to realize who you are and what it is that truly interests you, you will find a career, not just a job, any job. And that's what a career coach can help you do. Interview preparations. They prepare you for interviews by rehearsing answers and helping you anticipate questions and boosting your confidence. That's the one thing a lot of people say, oh, I don't do good in interviews. I get so nervous. And being nervous is a real thing. It really is. Everyone gets nervous at some point or another in their life. But when it comes to an interview, when it comes to playing a game, there's two types of nervous. There's one nervous that you are because you didn't prepare. So you're nervous about how bad you're going to do and how hard it's going to be. But then you have that other nervous, that exciting nervous, that nervous that you can't wait to get out there and show them what you got because you've been practicing for this moment. And so when I do interview prep, I prepare them to be that excited nervous because they know who they are as a professional. They know their value. And so any question that is given, they can give amazing examples, not just a yes or no response, not just a, oh, I can do that response, but an actual example of when they've done that particular thing and what the outcomes were. What were the action steps that they took, and when you know that you remember, because that's what it's about, recall. When you can remember all the great things that you've done and you're able to regurgitate it in an interview, that is the best feeling of them all. That's when you get excited. Yeah, you're nervous because you just don't know exactly how it's going to be received because these are new people. But I also, during interview prep, I also help them with understanding an interview is a conversation. It's a conversation with new people. Some people, they may be familiar with you, but guess what? If they are, you still talk to them like they're new people. You don't ever go into an interview if you've worked closely with everyone on the panel. You never go in as if they know you, because when you have that level of arrogance, you tend to not go as deep with your responses. And if they know your work and you don't go into detail, when you leave, I promise you, this panel or that panel will say, I don't understand why they didn't go into more detail about X, Y, and Z. I remember when they did that and they did it so well, they should have said that. And so always go in like they never seen you before. Be that missing link. Be that one piece of the puzzle that's missing that they've been looking for. and you're sharing all of who you are. I'm telling you, when you practice, and this is what I talk about, practice how you play. When you practice how you're going to answer, what you're going to answer, look at the job description, look at all the bullet points of the things that they need you to be able to do in that position, and everything that they need you to do. If you have an example of when you've done something similar, it doesn't have to be exact, but something similar to that, you need to practice what you did to do that thing. Have that on a sheet of paper, and that's what you're going to use to practice. And this is not something you do the day before. No. And especially if you know what kind of career you want, if you know what position you want, you really should be practicing all the time, because you never know when your name will come up. You never know when that position will be posted and you see it and you will be like, the only thing missing from this job description is my name. So you definitely need to practice every single day. Every day in life, whether you have your own business or whether you are in a career, you are on an interview. You are on an interview for that next big client, for that next big project, to be considered for that next big thing. So, how you carry yourself every day, that's an interview. So, be mindful of that as well. It also, what a career coach can help you with is identify mistakes. A career coach provides constructive criticism on your job search strategies and offers solutions to improve them. Some, like, again, people shooting their shot in the dark. If you're going to shoot your shot, you need all lights on so you know which basket that you're aiming at. So I'm not saying don't shoot your shot, just shoot it at the right basket so you can win. Because if you keep shooting and you shooting in the wrong basket, you helping other people win. And you help other people win by not being prepared. When you're not prepared, when you're not on your game, when you haven't practiced, you just making it easier for the next person. Everything that you do is yours to lose. So by shooting your shot in somebody else's basket, that's yours to lose. All right. The next is setting boundaries in the workplace. So, working with a career coach, some people, they feel like they're in a great career, they love what they do, but they have some challenges in the workplace. So, a career coach can help you assist in maintaining motivation and helping you set healthy work life boundaries. Some people feel like they have to scramble and do everything that's requested of them at that moment. They stop, drop, and roll for everything. And then when they look up, everything is half done. They have not really focused on, finishing certain projects. They have not mastered the word no, or not right now, or I will get to it. Do you mind if, I get to this by COB Friday? And COB's close of business. Giving when you setting boundaries, you're giving time frames. So if someone gives you a project, ask them, well, when is this due? And you look at your calendar and the things that you have going on, and you let them know, okay, that deadline is doable. If it's not doable, be real, because if you don't meet their deadline and you say you can, then they're going to look at you like you're incompetent. So be very mindful of that those work life boundaries. For me, I don't typically answer my work phone on the weekends. I look at it if I get a message, and I get to it on Monday. And because I have set up that type of boundary, I'm not one of those people that they call on the weekends for anything, because they know it's not going to happen until Monday. So definitely set up those boundaries. My life in all areas is booked and busy. So I always give 100% to everything I do when I'm in that moment. I don't let my mind wander to the next thing or the next situation I have. I really focus on where I'm at. So it's just like, this woman I know, and her son's teachers, during the day, always are texting her, oh, and her son's in high school. Oh, your son has his head on the desk. Oh, your son is. It's like little things that I'm like, as a teacher, I get it. We are a partnership. So I got you, you got me. But certain things teachers can handle. And it's like, you don't have to nitpick and tell me every little thing that my son's not doing for you. So I told her, I said, you know what you should do on the weekends? You should text her and be like, my son is not cleaning his room. My son didn't do the dishes. My son, he didn't push his chair in at the dinner table. I mean, where are we going with this? So I don't call you and nitpick you when, he's on my time, and I wouldn't expect that. But I'm just saying I'm just saying, set boundaries and be very intentional with those boundaries and understand what you need to have going on. And again, another thing for the benefits of having a career coach, and I had mentioned this before in terms of what to look for in a career coach, and that's networking. Career coaches can help you build connections within your industry, opening you up for more opportunities. Career coaches are connectors of people, places, and things. They should be able to increase your social capital. A lot of people don't have that opportunity to meet different people because they do stay in a box. They don't know where to go. But if your career coach can open that up for you and make those introductions, and, real introductions, not just like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of familiar with this person. No, they should know these people and be able to really open you up and connect you with that. Social capital is so, so important. And you have to have good interpersonal skills as well as your career coach. They say 7 out of 10 people don't get and or keep their job because of their lack of interpersonal skills. So you want to have good interpersonal, essential, fundamental skills as well. And that goes into skills development. That's something else that a career coach can help you with. They can guide you in developing critical skills required in today's work environment and building that powerful resume. So many people, oh my goodness, they put all these bells and whistles on their resume. And let me tell you, if you are an employer and you typically average about 1 to 300 resumes a month, let's say, on a good day, on a good month, or on an average month, um, they don't they're not trying to see all those bells and whistles. They want to see, how you look at a job description and you might say, "Ooh, I could do that. I would love to do that. I've done all that before. That's exciting. Yeah, I would love this job is for me." And you just send in your resume and it has all these bells and whistles, but it's basically a template of this, like an overview of things that you've done, but it's not specific to that job. You giving that employer the opportunity to next you. Employers, recruiters, hiring managers that are looking at resumes are always, they have to have a process of elimination. So the first process is, if you don't even have anything about the job, the skills needed, the experience on your resume, they could care less if you have colors, if you have this format that looks like something out of a word Microsoft Word template, whatever. That don't mean anything. Like, get to the point. I always look at a resume as valuable real estate. So what are you putting on your resume? What type of homes? Are you putting cookie cutter homes or customized homes? If you put in customized homes on your resume, then your resume should absolutely speak to each job that you are applying for. Now, some people say, well, that takes a lot of time, Coach Sherry. Yeah, and guess what? It'll pay off. All right. Anything worth having is going to take time. So you want to take your time. This is a serious thing. I'm not just talking about a job, any job. I'm talking about a career. So you want to customize your resume according to that job. So when, just like you read the job description and you said to yourself, "Oh, I love this. This will be for me." You want them to look at your resume and say, "Oh, I love this candidate. This person might be the right one, the right fit for us." You want them to say that too. So if you give them a template, they're not going to say that. So your career coach will help you build a powerful resume. So that's just a few tips, some suggestions that I have. Overall, a career coach provides you with a comprehensive support system that not only aids you in finding the right job, but also in achieving long term career success. And, that's what we all could ask for, is just some, long term success. You don't want to be someone bouncing around here, there, and everywhere. You're not letting any grass grow under your feet. And I understand that the younger generation, Generation X and Z, they, stay in a position maybe 3 to 5 years and then they pivot off to something else. And I get that. We all get that. But in the meantime, you definitely want to be able to grow and not leave the way you came in. You want to leave better than where you came and not burn bridges. Every single day, do your best. Do your best, even if you know you're about to leave. Don't even, leave in a way that they weren't even expecting you to leave because you've been doing your best up to that point so much. You definitely don't know when you might have to cross that bridge back over. So you want to be mindful of that. But a career coach definitely helps you remain focused or become focused and have more intention as you move throughout your career and your professional world, your professional life. And ultimately, when you have success there and you feel more balanced in your professional career, it'll spill over into your personal life. You'll start implementing more intention into your personal life as well. But I hope that you got some great tips. I hope you were able to write them down. Luckily, this is a recorded video. And I'm going to call this my podcast, my Real Talk with Coach Sherry podcast. But um, seek out a career coach. And if you're interested in maybe talking with me, my email is in my description box in my About Me section on my YouTube channel. And, you can schedule a exploration session with me to see if I'm a good fit. I can see if you're a good fit too. Because trust, everyone is not a good fit for each other. And that's important when you are talking about your business, your career, your life. All right, everyone. I appreciate you for stopping by the 15,000 in the replay. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about what to look for in a career coach. And have you ever worked with a career coach before? It's been my pleasure speaking with you this evening. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Remember, practice so hard that when you play, you will always play to win. I am Coach Sherry.